Welcome back, guys. This is Story Lovers Headquarters, where we share fun stories that brighten your day. This is a continuation of our previous story. I will try and put the link in the description box, but if not, you can scroll down to get the full gist so you don't get left behind. With that aside, let's go there. David was away on a month's business trip. When he got back, a new assistant greeted him. He asked for Hope and was told she resigned. He was flabbergasted. He demanded to see the head of HR. That one repeated what he already knows. He was beside himself. He demanded why he was not informed. Why would they take such decision without his knowledge and approval? He tried calling Hope, but her number was not connecting. He demanded for Hope's file and searched it for her address. Throughout that day, everyone in the office worked on eggshells. At any given opportunity, David would yell at anyone who misbehaves. Even the new assistant got scared as she was threatened by David. In fact, at the close of work, she was contemplating quitting. What happened was, as she wasn't too familiar with David's mode of operation, plus his incessant attack, she was always on edge, doing things at the wrong time, taking down inaccurate notes. Few minutes after getting home, she got a text informing her of 3 meetings scheduled for the next day. She couldn't believe her boss. They were at the office throughout. Why didn't he make this arrangement known? The next day was a Saturday, and she had planned to spend it with her loved ones, whom she hasn't seen in ages. Now this. She just told herself calmly that no one will drive her crazy unless she gives them the key. She affirmed positively to the message, but she made sure an hour passed. Some months later, Hope alighted from the taxi and looked around her before crossing. There was that car again. For some days now, she's been sighting this red Jeep parked along the street, not too far from her house. She suspects that the person is probably a newcomer or looking for something or someone. She had this feeling to investigate the vehicle, but as she drew near, the car started and the driver sped off. She just shook her head and went inside. Inside, her mother was discussing with a guest, a man in casual wears. His back turned to her. Her mother welcomed her, and the visitor turned. She couldn't believe her eyes. It was her former boss, David. How did he locate her? She had left that organization for her mental health. She had left that organization for her mental health. She made sure she changed her lines after she resigned and made sure she was away before she resigned. Now this. How did he even find her? How did he even find her? He quickly got out of his chair, knelt down and asked her to forgive him for the past. He told her how he hasn't been himself since she left. He said so many things, but the one that stuck was when he said he loved her. She laughed it off and told him not to joke. If it was to come back, she wasn't interested because she's finally at a place where she's appreciated. He told her he wasn't asking her to come back to the work, but to come back and be with him permanently. The things he said shocked her further. He had been fighting his emotions because for the longest time, he convinced himself that he doesn't want office romance. He didn't want all the drama that comes with that setting. So to control his feelings, he had been fighting. But he wasn't successful because his feeling grew more every time he fights it. Because his feeling grew more every time he fought it. He had wanted to come earlier when he heard she had resigned. But he wanted to be sure he was in the right frame of mind. And now, he just wanted her to be with him permanently. Oh, she looked at her mother for support, as she was at a loss of words. But her mother was smiling sheepishly and knelt with him to beg her. Imagine. She didn't even wait to hear her daughter's opinion. She believed they planned this, but quickly asked her mom to stand up and told David to give her some time to process everything. He obliged her, but pleaded for her not to be long. He promised to come the next day. She thanked him and he left. She spent most of the night thinking of everything. It was still a mystery to her. How can someone she saw as an enemy have such feelings for her? She prayed about it and decided to test the waters. She would agree to date him if truly he was a changed man. Perfect. If not, she doesn't have much to lose either way. So she gave him her feedback, and they courted for barely 6 months before tying the knots. He was everything and more she could have asked for. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought that side of David existed? A fire for fire man, becoming soft spoken. He was very loving and the kindest man to her. Probably he was trying to make amends for the previous times. Trust you enjoyed this story. What characters resonate well with you? What would you have done if you're in Hope's shoes? Do you think Hope should trust this side of David? Would you wholeheartedly trust someone like David? Let me know what you think in the comments section. Thank you all for your support. If you stayed to the end, please like and share to brighten someone's day. You never know who will need sharing up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you'll be the first to know when a new story gets uploaded. Please stay safe and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.